Hi, I'm Rick Fulbaum in New York. The first full day of testimony in the George Zimmerman second-degree murder trial. Jurors saw graphic photos and heard testimony about the crime scene.
What do you recognize that to be?
That's Mr. Martin's body, sir.
And is that in the way it appeared after he was pronounced dead in your efforts and Officer Ayala's efforts at CPR?
Yes, sir.
Crime scene investigator Diana Smith held up George Zimmerman's firearm and answered questions about Zimmerman's injuries.
And you can see just a bit on the back of Mr. Zimmerman's head. It looks like there's a lump there. Did you see that too?
Yes, I did.
This would be of his right side again, closer to the front. You see that lump?
Yes, I do.
And you see the punctate type abrasions in the temple area.
Yes, I do.
And you saw them that night too.
That is correct.
Prosecutors called the former coordinator of the police department's Neighborhood Watch program. She explained to Zimmerman what responsibilities members of the group had.
Basically that they are the eyes and ears for law enforcement. They're an extension of law enforcement. That they're not supposed to take matters into their own hand. And they call 911 and non-emergency dispatch to report suspicious activity and to let law enforcement take the risk of approaching a suspect.
They also heard from the president of the Homeowners Association.
It was said at that meeting and said every meeting we had after that, do not get close to anybody, stay at a safe distance and call 911 and let the police handle it.
And jurors also heard from a neighbor who says she heard commotion outside her house the night Trayvon was killed.
Let's just follow that train of thought for a moment and say, when you went back, what did you do when you heard the gunshot?
I looked out the sliding glass door, grabbed a dog, and went upstairs.
The witness also confirmed that she liked a Facebook page called Justice for Trayvon.
Prosecute the killer of our son, 17-year-old Trayvon Martin. Sign the petition.
Prosecutors tried to introduce recordings of past non-emergency calls Zimmerman made to police to try to show a pattern of his frustration over people he considered suspicious walking through his neighborhood.
I would also point out that the defendant himself created these calls. He created these tapes. He created the situation. He's essentially responsible for everything that has been admitted so far. It's him that picks up the phone and makes these statements. So he shouldn't be allowed to complain about it.
But defense attorneys did complain, objecting to the introduction of the calls, saying previous incidents have no bearing on the case Zimmerman is being tried for.
We have to look at what the state is trying to do. We know now from their voir dire that they have little, if any, direct evidence to support second-degree murder.
The judge will consider whether or not those calls will be admitted. Meantime, 29-year-old Zimmerman, a former Neighborhood Watch volunteer, is on trial for fatally shooting Trayvon Martin, an unarmed 17-year-old, last year. Zimmerman is pleading not guilty, claiming he acted in self-defense. For gavel-to-gavel coverage of the trial, go to foxnews.com/Zimmerman. I'm Rick Fulbaum, Fox News.